Welcome back, nail queen. So I have another soul dips video for you. If you watched my video on Saturday unboxing the Candy Hearts collection from Soul Dips, then you know that I said I was going to do more Manny videos showing you guys how I use this collection over the coming weeks up until Valentine's Day. It seems like every time Soul Dips releases another collection, it quickly becomes my favorite collection that she has released. She released the Woman collection last spring, and I was like, oh my god. And then here comes the Sun collection later in spring, closer to summer. I fell absolutely in love. Her fall collection was absolutely epic. Apple picking. Have you guys seen apple picking? Anyways, I'm not trying to detract from the current Manny. What I'm doing right now is dipping in this glitter, and I'm going to take this little tool and run it around my cuticles to clean up and make sure no dip gets stuck and dries around my skin. I have actually been getting a lot more questions about this lately. I don't know if it's because I'm getting more new subscribers or if you guys just haven't seen it or I don't show it in my videos, but what I'm doing is using a sharp-ish tool to clean around my cuticle line so that dip doesn't get stuck to it. So this dip powder is called I Dig You, and it is so fitting to what it looks like. So when I saw this dip swatched, it reminded me of a beautiful flower bed with flowers in different colors and green grass. It just gave me all the aesthetics of spring, but with cute little hearts. So I felt like I Dig You was very fitting. I have major spring vibes with this dip, but also romantic vibes with the hearts. Anyways, what I did was poured over the dip powder onto my first layer. I'm going to do 2 layers of the glitter. So I poured over the first layer so that smaller chunks of the glitter could attach to the base of the nail. And then on the second dip, I'm actually going to lay my finger flat on top of the powder so that the bigger chunks of the powder lay onto my nail. There's a method to this madness. I learned this method from Miranda's Nails Creations, and it has really become a go-to on how I apply my chunky glitters. And I'm going to show you guys more of that technique in a second. If you look closely at the nail with the chunky glitter mix, you're going to notice that there's a lot of chunky glitter pieces, hearts, hexagons. There's a lot going on, and most of that is concentrated on the second dip that I did. I didn't want the chunky pieces to land on the first dip. I wanted the finer glitters to land on the first dip. So a great glitter mix has filler glitters and smaller pieces. You don't want it to be all chunky. You want a good ratio of smaller, medium, and then larger glitters to make a chunky glitter truly easy to work with. Anyway, so what I'm doing now is I'm picking off anything that's hanging off on the side of the nails that's really just not going to end up there, and placing down anything that's kind of sticking up. When you're working with chunky glitters like this, you can absolutely manipulate anything that you want until your base bond dries. So I'm using this time while my base bond is slowly drying to use it in my favor to move things where I want them to sit to make the powder look absolutely gorgeous. If there's something that's on there that you don't want on there, remove it now so it's easier to remove rather than waiting for everything to dry and trying to remove it later. Speaking of drying, have you ever struggled with getting a chunky glitter mix to dry fast enough and you want things to stay in place? Well, after you've figured it all out and everything is sitting the way you want it, dab activator all over the glitter mix. Yes, just do it. Trust me, it's not going to ruin your activator. Give it about 10 seconds for it to really do its chemical reaction, and then use something like a baggie or a glove to start pressing down those chunky glitter pieces to mold to the shape of your nail. Trust me, it works. This way you don't have any chunky glitter pieces awkwardly sitting up. Anyways, I'm moving on to the rest of the Manny. I'm going to dip the rest of my nails in Text Me. It is a jelly-like turquoise color. I really like this color, and it's interesting because I don't usually use jelly colors, but I feel like this would be great for like a peekaboo style Manny. I mean, I'm not really good at like the whole peekaboo thing, but I got a lot of requests to do peekaboo Mannies, so I kind of need someone to send me some inspiration on what you have in mind for peekaboo Mannies. But I feel like jelly colors, milky colors, stuff like that would probably be good for peekaboo style Mannies.
Just pull way back and crack this window. I've been doing my best, taking a moment to rest, feeling stressed out. Give it a good, I put that on God when it gets hard. I stay on my job like no days off, so you can go home with the negativity, with that broke mentality. Jump on jealousy, my bad. Get away from me, 'cause I've been working all day. Can a nigga catch a break? Give a pretty brown girl her space. You can keep your bitter, I'ma make a better way. Hey, hey, already got the world on me. Give a pretty brown girl her space. You can keep your bitter, I'ma make a better way. Hey, hey, better way. Oh, Mom and Dad's only daughter, do I make you proud? Writing my life in lyrics, do you like the sound? Seeking approval.
So I've finished up all of the colored and glitter dips on my nails, so I'm going to move on to encapsulating every single nail in clear dip powder. So I'm just going to apply base bond to my nails and add a clear coat. I only use one layer of clear, but if you're someone who you notice your chunky glitter is just really extra chunky and textured after only one layer of clear dip, go on for a second layer. You're going to do a great job at filing, shaping, and buffing, so that's going to help just reduce the bulk of the clear anyways, so you don't have to worry about it being too bulky, but I usually only use one dip of clear. And remember how I activated my ring finger so that I can get all of the glitters to stay in place? Well, it's been over 5 minutes since I activated that. The activator is already dried and evaporated, so I can definitely take my base bond brush and apply it onto that nail and dip in clear. However, if you activated your nail and then like a minute later you're trying to encapsulate in clear, be very mindful and very careful when you do that, because you can harden your base bond brush. Base bond with activator will harden. Top coat with activator will harden. And you don't want your base bond or your top coat brushes to harden. So if you are the person who activated your glitter and you're like, okay, what now? Spray some rubbing alcohol on that nail and then wipe it off really well with like a paper towel. Well, dab, because you don't want the glitter pieces to catch on the paper towel. All you have to do is wipe it or dab it with rubbing alcohol, and it's going to help evaporate any excess activator that's on your nail, and this will help prevent your base bond or top coat brush from hardening. Just a life pro tip from an experienced dipper.
Seeking approval constantly. When it's my truth I own, I speak, it don't make sense now. Give it a good, put that on good when it gets hard. I stay on my job like no days off, so you can go home with that jump on my bad. 'Cause I've been working all day. Can a nigga catch a break? Give a pretty brown girl her space. You can keep your bitter, I'ma make a better way. 'Cause I've been working all day. Can a nigga catch a break? Give a pretty brown girl her space. You can keep your bitter, I'ma make a better way. Hey, hey, already got the world on me. Give a pretty brown girl her space. You can keep your bitter, I'ma make a better way. Hey, hey, nigga catch a break. Better way.
Okay, clear encapsulating is all done. I do need to activate all of these nails. Well, dust them off first and then activate them. That glitter, that chunky glitter, y'all, it's stolen my heart. I dig you. Incredible. By the way, I think that's what I was saying earlier, that I just kind of derailed from the topic. Go to Soul Dip's website and just look at her chunky glitter mixes. I seriously want to compare her to an artist. Your canvas doesn't have to be paper or a wall or an an actual canvas, or you don't have to be a tattoo artist or digital artist. Like, you can be a true artist who mixes chunky glitters together, and it really just creates such a beautiful combination. Literally, this dip powder reminds me of a flower bed. I've never seen anything like it ever. So that's why I think Soul Dip is truly an incredible artist. Soul does a great job with her mixes and really just brings something that I have yet to see other brands bring to the table. Like, chef's kiss to Soul Dips and her chunky glitter mixes. Like, it just gives me all the feels. So not to bore you, but I felt like my filing, shaping, and buffing needed a little bit of heavy-duty assistance. So I pulled out this buffing block that my friend Miranda gave me. She gave me a bunch of stuff from Bioseaweed Gel, and this is my first time using the files and buffers. So this is a really hefty buffing block. It has 2 grits. One is grittier, one is smoother. So I'm really trying to smooth out this chunky glitter the best that I can without like tiring my arm out using the smaller buffing block that I have. It's really not that difficult. It's just one of those things that's just time consuming. So I wanted to help speed up the process by using something a little heftier and grittier. Another really nice product from Bioseaweed Gel that Miranda gave me was these really thin nail files. They have a slight little curve to them and they're just really, really thin. And I really like it for going around the cuticle line. I don't know what it is about these files. They're just really nice and easy to use, easy to hold. So I felt like it really helped clean up the cuticle line well and make things look nice and pretty and polished. Once my filing, shaping, and buffing is done, I like to cleanse my nails. I don't go to my sink to wash my hands. I just take a paper towel and rubbing alcohol, and I just wiped all the dust off my nails and really clean everything and make it look nice and shiny and pretty again. So after this part is done, then I take activator to my nails again so that everything that I just like filed, shaped, and buffed can really truly harden. And activator is necessary for our top coat to harden. I mentioned in another video that too much of a good thing is a bad thing. So too much activator can ruin your top coat, but no activator at all will cause your top coat to not dry. Gotta love when things are just so complicated. You're like, can you tell me the exact amount of seconds that I have to wait from activator to top coat, the exact milliliters that I need to dump on my nails so that I don't put too much, but also too little? Like, can someone let me know the trade secrets here? Rubbing alcohol is your trade secret. So I wiped my nails off with rubbing alcohol right before I went in with my top coat. The rubbing alcohol is essential to making sure I don't have too much activator on my nails. It evaporates it. So when I go in with my top coat, it's like nice and shiny and perfect. So that's what I'm doing right now is I'm top coating, adding 1 layer. I know people have noticed before that when I have like different elements going on, like solids, shimmers, and glitters, that I tend to do one first instead of going from pinky to thumb. I'm like doing all like colors first and then I go into the glitters. I don't know why I do that. It's just a thing. So here you'll notice that I'm putting top coat on all the solids, and then I go to the middle finger, which is a little bit chunky, and then I go to the ring finger, which is ultra chunky. I don't know why I do that. It's just in my brain it made sense. So if you've made it this far into the video, I want to say a huge thank you. I really appreciate your support and for watching my videos, and I really hope that you enjoy them. So this is the end of the Manny process. I hope that you like this, that it inspires you for Valentine's Day. And if you're watching this past Valentine's Day, I hope it inspires you for spring. So I really like these colors and I love how this turned out. I'm going to slap on some cuticle oil, some much needed cuticle oil. And here is the final Manny reveal. I absolutely loved it. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!